Well, stuck in traffic. What? Huh? Thank you. I was gonna.
Yeah,
I was on it.
you up going business.
I didn't know if I should go around.
Just like your meetings and interest rates. That's true, I forgot.
Very close.
I forgot about that. Oh, yeah.
Making my house. Whatever. Hi.
$87 is Middle Street.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Well, that's the core of these districts. Huh?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, so it's a couple minutes after 6 o'clock, we can get started. Some people I know need to leave fairly quickly. Welcome to the Historic District Commission, Tuesday, April 23rd, 6 p.m. We're doing it both remotely and, live in person. Okay, I don't know who's, trying to zoom in on us. We don't have that ability, but they can see us anyway. Huh? No, I can't. Okay, just to introduce who's a member here. My name is Ali Petalman, Chairman, Steve Goodek,
Katrina
Tom
Barker.
Gorga, Barbara Lambert, and Rob Chandler. Okay. So.
I am not a member. I didn't realize.
You're sitting in good company. Okay, we've got a lengthy agenda, but it shouldn't be that complicated, I hope. Okay, so first thing is, we're reviewing the minutes of March 12th. Any questions from anybody? Okay, is there a motion to accept the minutes? Carmine?
Second.
Okay, and Barbara, yes, second. Okay, all those in favor? Anybody opposed? Anybody abstain? No? Okay. Okay, first application is the Universalist Church for certificate of appropriateness for removing an existing shed and replacing it with a new shed. John,
It's an existing shed there that's metal and it's leaking and it's ugly and we're going to, we would like to put a wooden shed there with T111 siding. The treatment on the top would be a stain that would be similar to the building that it's next to. And it's in a location in the back of the church next to Pine Street. And it's going to look a lot more attractive than what's there now.
okay, and you're Jay, right? Jay McLaughlin? You are Jay McLaughlin.
I'm Jay
So, yeah.
McLaughlin.
So we know who's speaking. Okay, so same size and everything.
It's the existing shed is 8 by 8 and this particular one is 9 by 8. A little tiny addition, but the footprint is very similar. It's on the same location.
I'm not familiar with the location, but I don't remember it seeing, so I assume it's not particularly public view of the shed.
Yes, I
It's on the school
notified
street and Ross.
37
Pine
abutters.
Street.
I'm sorry, the
Oh,
Pine
okay,
Pine
okay,
Street,
yeah.
Yeah, it's way behind, so you
Yeah.
typically within the district, you don't see
Yeah.
that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have no questions.
No questions? Barbara, any
No.
questions? Or Carmine, any questions?
No questions?
Okay, I have no questions really. It seems pretty simple. So is there a motion from anybody?
I know. For that certificate of appropriateness to the Union Church for the replacement of a shed.
Okay. Is there a second?
Second.
You. Okay. Yeah, any further discussion? All those in favor, raise your hand.
Aye.
All those opposed, no abstentions, so unanimous. You're all set.
Thank you very much.
Go off and say it. Okay, next we have,
Jay is in a hurry. He
Yeah, I
has
know.
many things to do, right? So we did it.
Okay, can I go ahead and demolish this?
Yeah. yeah,
Thank you.
you'll get a, Jay, the city clerk's office will give you a certificate appropriate.
There's no historical significance to this little
Okay.
shed.
No,
Okay, thank you.
they could have made money donations, selling pieces or something. Okay. Next item on the agenda is the Good Harbor Company, at 71 Main Street, with, requesting certificate of appropriateness for replacement of existing decks and, work on the, decks on the rear of the building. Is there somebody here from Good Harbor? Nobody? No, give
Why
them a chance.
don't we just table
We
it?
might.
Yeah, yeah, we'll table it
Till the end
until,
of the meeting.
meeting and, okay. That was quick for right now. Okay, next, item is, 4042 Middle Street, Timothy Collins. Requesting certificate of appropriateness for replacing the existing chain link fence and, converting into parking spaces along the side driveway and, parking spaces in the rear of the building.
Yes, and Mr. Chairman, is it possible to amend my application during this meeting?
Yeah.
Because the gentleman there who asked to remove a shed, we have a rusty old shed and there's skunks living underneath it that my neighbors are going. And we would like to remove
Yeah, we don't
that
like
shed.
them.
You don't like
Definitely
it?
not historic,
I smell.
Your dog doesn't either.
No,
but it's a useless shed.
Yeah.
It leaks in, it
Yeah.
does. But I didn't realize that removing that, I needed permission, so if I could
Yeah.
add that to my
Sure.
application,
Yeah.
I would like to do so. And I think my neighbors, well, I don't think my neighbors would
You don't
object
wanna
to
know.
it, especially the ones who. with
Yeah.
skunks.
Yeah.
Yeah. But my two main requests
And you
are
are,
Timothy Collins,
oh,
I'm the,
okay, just.
yeah, of 40 dash 42 Middle
Yeah.
Street. We are in conversations with our abutters about acquiring a use easement to give us a little more land on the right side of our property so that cars can park in the back or pass more easily. They can get through now, but it'll be easier. That use easement is in discussion, but we would need to move an existing chain link fence over to the use easement a few feet. And we actually haven't decided, or my neighbors haven't decided if they would like to move the existing chain link fence or replace the chain link fence with the similar fence that they have running in the front of their house, which would be one.
Yeah,
Or have no fence at all and have a mulch bed. So there's three options that we haven't come to, but I think we probably don't need approval of just moving the existing fence that's there or removing it for a mulch bed. But we would need permission to change it.
well,
from-
you sort of need, approval to get removal, because that's a demolition.
Okay,
Okay, so that's a change,
okay.
okay,
So I guess unless there's another option, those were the three options that we discussed. Move the chain link, replace it with the same fence that they have in the front, which is fancier, nicer than a chain link, or remove it and do a mulch bed. And there may be another option that we haven't discussed, but at least those are the three that are on the table. And we could, and then the second piece of it is the backyard is currently just a yard. And we would be putting gravel on it.
And how many parking spots are you hoping to get?
I'm hoping to get 5, maybe 6.
Okay, because that comes under our jurisdiction then also, if it's 3 or more.
Yeah, it would be more than 3. Yep. There's 5 units in the building, so I would like every unit to have
Fine.
its ability, yeah.
Mhm. Okay, so what are you specifically asking for? As far, you can't give us 3 options and say, well, decide later. You have to give us something to vote on.
So,
On your application,
Yeah.
it says to replace with a wood fence similar to what the neighbors have.
Yeah.
That's what's on the
yeah,
application.
that was the first option that we discussed. And then this week, we also discussed just potentially moving the existing chain link fence over a few feet. And then the third option of just a mulch bed.
We can only, we have to
So,
approve whatever you're asking for.
and would you
But one
need to
option.
approve just the moving of the existing chain link fence over 2 feet? That as well?
Yes,
So can I ask that you approve the 3 options?
no, it's gonna be one option.
I wanted to
Do you have a
find that
preference
we-
at the moment?
I mean, you can come, you
Change your mind.
Yeah, you
Come
can,
back.
you can come back to us.
Okay,
Okay,
Yeah.
it's not like it's an emergency type of thing, someone's falling down.
all right, so we'll keep it with the application, which is would ask that we change that fence to match the fence that they have, and I sent the picture with my
Yeah, no, I
application.
saw that.
So I will stick with that one, and if we decide that we want to go with the chain link or nothing, or something different, we'll come back and ask for that approval. And then also the second part of the approval is for we'll probably scrape the grass off the top and put gravel
Mhm.
down, but not asphalt. It'll just be gravel. The water will sink right on in. We won't have any runoff issues.
And part of why we have jurisdiction over 3 or more parking spaces is so that it's not all paved.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just so that we prefer, something that's a little bit more,
Where's
in
the
character,
parking
yeah.
currently?
We have 2 parking spaces on Middle Street currently, and that's it. They just park find parking on the street. So one of
so you don't
those,
have, you don't own those parking spaces on Middle Street.
no, I have two parking spaces on my
On the
property.
property, right?
2 on the property. One of the parking space on the right would basically become part of the driveway to the back, so I'd be dropped down to 1 parking space on the street and the rest in the backyard.
Is that 4 in the backyard or 5 in the backyard? Is it 5 total?
I'm trying to get at least, I think I probably can only get 5 in the backyard. It's not that big of a yard.
Okay,
Plus keep the 1
okay.
in the front, yeah.
And that's the driveway.
So currently I have 2 spots. I would keep the left spot and the right spot would be where you drive through to the back. So we'd have maybe 5 in the back and keep that front one. If we can keep the front one. When we turn, it might actually not be able to park anything in the front.
And the other thing, that just, as a heads up, is if you get a narrow driveway and then you've got a wooden fence, shoveling it and having snow up against it, it's gonna rot very fast.
Mhm. Actually, Lauren brought that up for that was when she said, hey, what if we could keep the chain link? It might be
Yeah.
more durable.
All you have to do is walk down by my house at, which is Victoria 45,
You have yours.
and you'll see on the
Side.
sergeant side,
Yeah,
look at the fence.
yeah,
Okay, that the fence belongs to the sergeant house and they haven't maintained it, and look at how quickly it's deteriorated compared to the rest.
yeah.
So
yeah.
you're saying. But that's not gonna be my problem.
Yeah.
Okay, it's just, it's a maintenance, issue.
What do you gonna do with the fence in the back?
Mm.
That
That my
abuts my property. Is that gonna be metal or
Well, I wasn't planning on touching that fence
no?
at the moment. We did have a discussion
Right.
about we've got the surveyor and looking at it and the retaining wall.
Mhm.
But we haven't gone over there yet, and my
Okay.
landscaper
So
hasn't.
that'd be a separate,
That's a separate issue. I mean, I would not remove the fence. There's currently a, across the back of my property, there's like a stockade fence and a chain link fence together. Provides nice privacy, and the same along, the property line with 4042. The chain link goes back from the street, and then at some point, about 30 feet back, there's a stockade fence that provides privacy all the way back. So there's the stockade for privacy along the back of both sides. Those would stay. I'm not taking down the privacy fence at all. I think with regard to the location of the fence and the retaining wall,
Mhm.
we kind of need to get that landscaper over there to
yeah,
take a look at it and also mark the property lines.
yes. But once you take that shed down, there is no
Say something.
privacy fence.
Right. it
That
goes to
shed-
change.
Oh, I'm sorry. So right now the fence runs on the right side of the shed.
The fence I put up, the wooden one that I attached to the,
And then there's nothing in the back. It's the back of the shed. That's fine. So we would put up a privacy fence.
okay,
there,
so
yeah.
you would
I-
add that, so I just don't
I
wanna
want the
have, I wanna
privacy
look
fence
at
there,
cars.
and
on my-
I know that you
driveway.
do as well. Yeah, we would put it up there
Mhm.
and it would match the same stockade type fence. And if we needed we talked about it, a more sturdy
Post.
fence to attach it
Yeah.
to or post, we
Okay.
would do that. Yeah, I want the privacy
Yeah,
as much as you do for your sake and my sake. I think it just, especially if there's cars there,
right, I don't wanna,
you don't wanna look at the cars.
In
Then
headlights.
you know, screaming.
Yeah, you don't, right, don't look at the headlights. We talked about that too.
Okay, so you're looking at replacing the chain link fence with a wood fence,
That's on the right side.
right side between.
Yeah, between
And-
44 Middle
and
Street
44,
and us, yes.
Okay,
Okay, and gravel for parking areas and driveway.
Yep.
And I'm trying to take notes at the same time, people.
yeah.
Getting confused here.
And then there's the rustic shed
Yeah.
in the back that
So
we
you're
would
gonna remove the
we would
shed.
remove
I
that.
don't,
The parking is essentially behind the house.
Right, yeah,
In the backyard, yeah.
Wait, wait, two sisters is that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you back up to the backyard,
Our house does not
Yes.
fence to the backyard, yes.
Yeah.
okay. And then on the left side is,
Then.
it's Two Sisters, which is part of the
Two
property.
sisters, yeah.
Yeah, on the left
You're
side
on
of
the-
his
you're on the
property is
right.
Washington Street. We are on the right
Okay.
side.
okay,
Right, but there's two buildings on the property, where Two Sisters is the second one, and that's the back side.
okay.
Okay, so we're talking about an area behind there. And your plan is you're gonna separate the properties possibly at some point?
Yep, yes, this is
Oh, you're
Washington Street and this is Middle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is that fence and the drive-through
Yeah.
there. And this is the Two Sisters Diner. And then this is their property here. So they're down here, and actually your property is down a couple feet lower.
Yeah,
I don't know
yeah.
why there's a difference in grade, but there's a kind of a
Yeah.
retaining wall between them, and then you're down a couple feet lower.
mhm.
Whereas you're at 44 Middle, they're at the same grade as we are. I'm sorry, you were asking, we intend to go in front of the zoning board to split off the Two Sisters, which is a commercial building, and this is a residential zone.
So you own both of those homes?
Yeah, they're on the same lot for some reason.
And what's the zoning there?
It's RS5.
Is it a quarter of an acre or smaller?
I don't actually know what the minimum is, but they're both currently non-conforming. That would be good. They're right on the street. I mean, everything is not, actually, your property might be conforming. Your setback, but everybody else is non-conforming. So these are non-conforming. And if we ask the zoning board to split off the Two Sisters Diner into its own entity,
Mhm.
because it doesn't really make sense. This is all residential.
Yeah,
This is commercial. And it just would make more sense if they were in control of their own space and then we had our parking back here.
Mhm.
We control that and they had their own separate. But we may not get, you know, I don't know what the zoning board's gonna say, but we
Right.
will request that, although
And seeing that that's part of the historic district now, even if it gets separated into two separate lots, the Two Sisters building would remain under the
in the district.
district, right?
Excuse me, where does that end? Does it end right at Two Sisters? I
Yes,
thought, okay,
only because it's not part of the property that's on
on Middle
the street.
Street, okay.
Okay, which is part of the zone. If you go to the city's website
Mm-hmm,
in the Historic District Commission, you'll see that there's a map
yeah,
there.
that's what I
Yeah, click
found, and
on
I
it,
says, I don't
say-
think I'm on the
You're
historic.
not.
Okay.
Ah.
I didn't think I was. I
It
just
could be a
next
good
to
thing and a
it.
bad thing.
Yeah,
It all depends on how
next
you
to it.
approach it.
One concern we had, that we had discussed about
Yep.
the driveway in the back is there is currently a sewer pipe that is connected to the residential property of 4042 that runs underneath his backyard, his building, through our yard, through our
Through
our foundation of our house.
Ours too.
Through our driveway
Yeah.
out
For the
to
restaurant,
the church in Gould Court. Now that sewer pipe, our property is not a part of, we have our own sewer pipe, so it serves no benefit to us, but that is the way that it was built and it is active for his property. So we have expressed some concerns about potentially having cars driving over, sitting on top of an active sewer pipe. That we do
Old
know is
clay.
the old clay pipe from 100 years ago-ish.
That we had trouble with about 10 years
10
ago.
years ago, yeah.
Probably beyond our.
I can understand that. I know other
technical
properties in
capacity, though.
Gloucester
Yeah,
that have similar situations.
yeah.
So, but that's not really under our jurisdiction, you
Yep.
know, and, you know, that would be your concerns and your issues. The only thing that would come up is if you had to resurface, you know, the parking area to make it more stable for some reason. Because it was, problem developed, then you would have to come back here for that.
Mhm.
But other than that, then it's just between you all.
No problem.
An issue we don't have to deal with.
It sounds pretty straightforward. So we're voting on putting a wooden fence in and putting gravel down for 5 parking
Right,
spaces,
and
essentially.
and removing the
Oh,
shed,
yeah.
okay, and there's with an issue with fencing, that there'll be then a gap in the fencing.
No, he's gonna put,
Right,
When
but
the-
well,
when the
that's what
shed
I'm
comes
saying is,
Mhm.
you're gonna, fencing, you're gonna put in an additional fence to
Which will
match.
match
To match,
what's
okay.
existing in the yard.
Anybody have any questions about that? or- Okay, so. Okay. So we need a motion that says, adding the driveway, graveling,
I'll make a motion
you know, and.
to offer a certificate of appropriateness to 4042 Middle Street, Middle LLC at 4042 Middle Street. See to replace existing chain link fence with a new wooden fence in a different location. The installation of a gravel driveway, removal of existing shed with a repair to the fence.
Or addition.
Addition of the fence.
Replacement of the
Of the
shed
shed.
with the fence.
Thank you.
Fence to match, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and can you amend that to include gravel in the parking spaces, not only driveway?
Mhm. See, consider it done.
Okay. Is there a second? Bob? Okay, any further discussion, anybody? Commissioner, anybody, do you have any? Okay,
This is just all your approval.
huh?
This is your approval for the historical site, because we haven't, nothing's in stone that we're gonna move a
No.
fence or, right?
This is preliminary. If they didn't approve it, then
We couldn't
we
talk about.
we
it.
couldn't, we'd have to
Okay.
take that option off
Okay.
the table, so getting their approval first,
I
if it's
mean,
okay,
you
that's,
can come back and change it.
Yeah.
Okay, or ask for modification
Yeah.
if you want. That's not an issue from our perspective.
Yeah, it didn't make sense if we came to agreement and then we came here and they
They
said,
said no.
oh, no, we don't.
I get it, okay.
Yeah. Okay, so no further discussion. A vote, Bob Chandler,
Aye.
Robert?
Yes.
Am I? Yes, okay, unanimous.
Thank you.
You're all set.
Thank you.
I just have one tip about skunks.
Yeah.
They're very easy to get rid
I've
of.
tried everything.
You just take a bottle of ammonia,
Try it.
grass like ammonia, and you draw a
Tried
line
it.
in the grass. You tried it?
Tried that,
Rock
tried
balls,
vinegar, we tried everything.
Everything.
Yeah, they just, it's a family.
Right.
They like Italian people, I guess. I don't know. They're all in our house.
They
We
tried the neighborhood.
lived there forever.
My daughter lives down in Fort, they have the same.
Oh, yeah,
problem.
same
Oh, yeah.
thing, yeah.
Her dog got it once and neighbor's dog got it.
Yeah, mine, I have to go outside and look around first to make sure there's no.
Well, I don't know
They
where they're
think
gonna-
sometimes.
Exactly.
I don't know where they're gonna move to.
Yeah.
Well, not down the
Two
fort.
How about seagulls? How do you seagulls?
Seagulls, yeah.
Yeah, probably they'll just move.
Yeah.
Mhm. Thank you, guys.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay, thanks.
Okay.
Do people normally leave after their?
Yeah, well, you can stay if you want.
You wanna-
This is about as exciting as you want.
What else were we talking?
Okay,
Oh, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
okay, next item on the agenda is Josephine Brooks for 56 Middle Street.
Yes,
Okay.
so I'm here, me and my wife Janine are here on behalf of Josephine Brooks. We'd like to add a 12 by 10 shed to the backyard of 56 Middle Street. The lot size is more than adequate to handle the setbacks there. I've included pictures of my application. And it's barely visible from the street. It's gonna be a wood shed with clapboards that are gonna match the house as it is. We want to paint it the same color as the house. I did give a picture of what the shed will pretty much look like. I think it will fit into the neighborhood nicely.
Yeah, and you're gonna be putting it in the back.
It's gonna be in the
You have-
back.
You have the deepest lot sort of.
Yeah, there's
Street.
plenty of setbacks off the side and all around. There's no
I
really.
think we
issue.
can only vote on 2 sheds and 1.
We've taken one away, so that.
Yeah, right, thank you.
Oh, you know.
Mine's gonna be nicer than closet.
No skunks.
Well, you're creating a place for them.
Oh, thanks.
There will be a crushed stone base under it for the footing, but again, you won't be able to see any of that really from the street. That is really all I have.
Okay. No question, okay. Go ahead, no questions. Anybody speak favor, against? Okay, is there a motion then?
Move to approve this application.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Robert? Okay, no further discussion, right? Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed?
Great,
You'll get,
Thank you.
thank you.
it'll be available through, what they're doing now is that they used to issue certificates of appropriateness out of, building inspector's office,
Okay.
the building office. Now they do it through city clerk's office.
Okay,
So you'll get it in the mail. It takes about 3 days.
okay, perfect.
Okay.
Thank you.
Hanging out.
Thank you for coming.
Quickly through. Next item is, YMCA.
It's us.
You're not Jen.
I'm not.
No.
He sends her regards.
You sent her regards?
Yeah.
Ben is from SB Design. He's been Jen's main architect on this job. I'm Jamie McGrath. I'm from the Y. Here to answer any questions you all have, but Ben will take it away.
Just to update people,
Yes.
they came before us, this is on the Center Street area. And they were gonna replace and restore what is existing. They've gone through and found out that it's not worth doing it that way. You wanna redo it, right? So.
Yeah, so the building as it stands now, and I'm
obliged to share photos if you're interested in seeing the existing condition. Is wood siding and a brick facade, so it's two buildings that were put together at some point, and it's all the windows, the historic characteristics of the brick, all the trim, it's all going to remain as is with this look. The siding, we were going to keep the siding initially too on the wood frame building. But we've discovered that in particular, the south facade of the building had excess exposure to the salt air, and most of it is just rotted. And really, I don't even think we can keep that. All of the existing trim around the windows are generally rotted as well. So we're replacing those. That's always been a part of the scope of work, is the trim and the siding. The trim and the sills, I mean. And then the siding on the east facade is generally in good condition, but it's recently discovered that they actually put it up. They didn't use siding nails to put that up. And so while we were taking the windows and the trim out in that siding, so all the existing window locations will remain the same. And historic wood clad windows will go back in their place. But when we put new siding on, in the interest of keeping the building more airtight than it is now, we would just take the siding off the entire building and put new waterproofing membrane, new sheathing on. The existing sheathing would remain. We put new sheathing on over it, and also new wood siding to match what is there. Also, keeping in mind the existing siding that is there now was completely replaced in 1992. So it's in 1992 was new wood siding, and we're just requesting to replace the siding that was put on in 92 for new wood siding to match.
Okay, and the windows that you're gonna,
Windows are all staying in the same location. The window trim will be replaced, but it all replaced to match what is currently shown.
so you're putting up the same pattern windows,
Correct.
okay, and it's gonna be what, clad wood you say?
Yes, wood clad.
So it's gonna
windows.
be clad with what?
Aluminum.
And how many windows?
Offhand, I want to say it's maybe 45, including the ones in the front.
Okay, no, that we've already discussed in the
Yes.
previous meeting here.
Yep.
I'm talking about the windows on that back side.
Oh, there's nothing changing with the windows on the back side. You know, the window locations are still going to.
Right, but how many windows are you redoing?
Well, we're doing all of them.
How many on the back side?
There are 8, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah. Four a level 3 and 4 level 2.
So basically, the change is you're replacing some of the siding, thought you could keep with siding. that was-
We were hoping
something
we'd
like
keep
that,
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were initially going to keep it, but I think it's generally better for the building to pull all of it off and put new stuff back on. Yeah, just better for the long term upkeep.
We've learned so much. Well, I've learned so much doing work in Gloucester from that sea air. That's all I keep hearing about is the sea air and the seagulls. So anything we can do to protect the buildings from all of that is helpful.
Yeah, it doesn't speak very well for the wood that's available if it doesn't last for 25 years.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
that's the part that we need to
And I
look
think,
at.
you know, if it's painted regularly,
Right.
then, you know, it should last.
We've brought on a project manager that's done a lot of work in this type of area, just to make sure things like that we don't miss. Because, and that's been his big thing, is that wall, make sure you are good to go there.
Seems reasonable to me.
Okay. Any other questions or concerns from anybody? Okay, do we have a motion?
Move to approve the application for the YMCA. I can't remember the address, but
Okay,
67
second,
middle.
Carmine. Okay, any other further discussion then? No? Okay, all those in favor? All those opposed? No abstentions? All set?
Awesome.
Uh,
You're welcome to come by 71 anytime you want to reach out, because that one, we can actually do tours now, so feel free to reach out to any of us at the Y or SV and we'll bring you through. So I know you guys helped approve that one as well, so we appreciate it. Thank you.
No, and the project managers you have, I also manage the temple building.
Oh,
Okay.
okay, so I familiar, I'm like, there can't, is there another
I'm
RV?
that's why I'm always on the emails. Okay,
Yes,
about
all right,
what's
so you have my
happening
email.
near the,
Yep.
week to week, and when there's the concern about noise, when we have something going on in the
Yes.
temple.
We've been trying, so.
No, it's
hopefully-
worked out well.
Okay, good. Couple more months and we're at least out of there on the big project, so.
I've had less issues with you than at the library.
Oh,
Just the
well,
other
that's-
side, we're sandwiched in between.
Yes, I've heard
Okay,
about that,
So
but
it's all take a few days for the clerk's office to get you notification, but they
Okay.
usually mail it out.
And would it be coming to the SV Design address or the YMCA?
I
Look
don't
for it.
know.
Well, we'll
But
keep our eyes
you
peeled.
can call actually the clerk's office tomorrow.
Okay.
And find out or tell them where you want it mailed.
Awesome,
Okay,
thank you so
I
much.
know the, building department, it's Greg, is there, because Erin, who usually does our paperwork, she's on vacation in Hawaii. Didn't invite
Lucky.
any of us to go
Oh.
with her, that's why we're all stuck here tonight. Okay.
Oh, that's
So,
funny. Yeah, well, we can always reach out to Greg too.
Yeah, so, just so you know, but it's not an issue. I mean, they'll have the approval in your office.
Okay.
Knowledge wise, so that it won't affect any permits that you might be,
Great, thank you so
Okay.
much. Have a good one.
okay. Thank you for coming. Thank you.
Of course, anytime.
You must be Jim.
I hope so.
Process elimination, right? Okay. So, Jim Frontiero was.
Yeah.
Okay, so Jim is, representing, Randy in 8 Center Street, which is across the street from them. Okay, we approved, windows, and they didn't get it done right away. So they, they have a 2-year window to get things
This is the
done.
one, the metal. This.
Yeah, we
Right.
originally tried to do it before the pandemic and everything went crazy, so.
Right.
Yeah, we're just gonna try to get the building weather tight, the top half of the building, so we just need to work on the windows and the sashes and stuff and get.
So
those-
just so you know, is that they, approach me, the building department approach me, they have to go through the whole process again, and I said, why? I think we can just, probably authorize an extension because it's not a change. So,
Yeah.
is that what you're proposing?
Yeah, we just wanna continue where we left off and.
Right, okay, so
Get the
we
windows
just have,
fixed
we just
and-
have to hear it from you as part of the
Yeah,
meeting.
yeah.
Okay. So, okay, so any questions from anybody? Okay, we thought you went, I think took that extra step to, an expense to do the windows.
Yeah.
So, okay, so is there a motion to give them extension? We're on Barbara's,
Yes.
Okay.
second,
Hi, sir.
Carmine,
All Window Street people,
huh?
all Window Street people.
Well, Center Street,
Yes.
it's East Center Street there.
Oh,
Close enough.
So close enough. Okay, so all those in favor?
right.
Aye, all those opposed, no abstentions. You're all set and you've heard this deal on, you'll get an extension mailed by clerk's office.
Okay, great.
Okay,
All right, yeah,
thank you.
thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you for coming.
You're done. Okay, so that's
71 Main Street, no show.
no show, 71 Main Street. Don't ask me why not. So they won't give theirs. Till. Okay.
Next time.
The only other additional thing that I had was that Steve and I did attend the board committee and commissions meeting
Mhm.
Yeah.
We did.
You know,
I'll be the first to admit, I probably would need an additional meeting or two to be able to turn that bad boy on.
I figured out how to do it. I figured out how to do it, and it's different in each one. There's a, you know, a box there that tells you how to set it up and whatnot. The only thing is that they explain to us is if somebody is zooming in, can they ask questions or not participate in the meeting? I think they can just observe. Yeah. But basically, they went over some of the ethical issues and whatnot, and it's like,
I did that on the internet and I got a certificate.
yeah, okay.
Should I show you?
No.
Send it?
They gave you a certificate to prove that that you attended, so that's good, okay, so Carmine attended
I did not answer all the questions properly. Quite a few of them said, no, you're wrong.
Okay.
Say, oh, no.
And actually, one of the things came up for this meeting, back to this meeting, is that Carmen, you asked to have him move, Jay moved up.
Yeah,
You,
yes.
and you can't change things once they're on the agenda.
Yeah.
Okay, so there was two factors in that, we couldn't change the meeting time. If we had a week to do it, we could do it.
Yes.
Okay, but you have to post things, I think, 4 working days ahead of time.
Yeah, I did
Okay.
not know that.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
thought
yeah,
that
so-
there were 48 hours.
Huh?
There were.
It's 4 working days, I think,
Yeah,
yeah,
so-
so, or
but
something, so it would have had to have been changed like last Wednesday
Yeah.
to change it, on the agenda for
Yeah.
tonight.
Well, it felt
Yeah.
Kevin. I was able to do it.
Yeah, so we can't make it earlier,
Yeah.
and we can't change the order that we do it, but we can do that in a meeting. We can ask, poll people, do they mind if somebody gets, moved up, accommodate them. I think it's good that we were able to accommodate, Center Street and not make them pay money again. The same with the Y, go through all that extra paperwork for it. Yeah. Since we didn't have an objection with either of them.
No, they're trying to do the right thing down
Yeah.
there, so.
All for non-controversial.
Yeah, when they first applied, we can't tell them how to do it. But, I'm saying, why are they gonna piecemeal all this stuff? And,
Trying to save $1 at the very beginning.
Right. So, okay. Anything anybody else want to bring up? Okay, so thank you, everybody, for motion to adjourn, first of all. Mine again, okay,
I'll second.
no second needed. The time is 6:40.
Okay.
Good meeting. All those in favor? Okay, yeah, thank everybody for getting here on time.
Yeah.
And for getting here, because we fill out, we need 4 people for forms.
Right, do we have the full membership of the?
We've got at least one person that's applied, and I've got to kind of follow up on O'Neill. I think his name is Ryan O'Neill, that wanted to join us also. And then we sort of disconnected, connecting. But I think he's still interested in doing it. It's not that he's doesn't want to. As I said, I approached Pat for joining us.
Oh, yeah.
So she has the knowledge base and all that, and she's got issues with it, she's got a live-in mother, and just beginning to have some issues with that, so she didn't want to commit.
Okay.
Which I can understand. But she lives in my neighborhood, so I pick on her anytime I see her walking.
So is Bill just away or is he left the commission?
No, he's
Okay,
away,
he's-
he's out in the country.
Oh,
Yeah.
Bill, he's
Yeah.
traveling
Yeah.
all over the world to do work.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's just not here for this meeting.
Okay.
No, but anytime think, Bob, you were
Yeah, I
here
was
the
away
last one.
last time.
Yeah, so, anytime one person's out, that only gives us,
Right. What
like
space?
now, one person leeway.
Yeah.
And if somebody comes late to the meeting, then we can't take a vote on anything until.
Yeah.
Which means we can't really discuss anything until the person, arrives.
Waste of time.
Yeah, we're getting to be, good weather, which isn't gonna be a problem. This is gonna be traffic versus, weather being an issue. So, yeah, thank you very much, everyone.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah. It's good to see you. We're involved in our neighborhood, so there was neighbors and neighbors.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, it's impressive.
Yeah, we're getting along.
Yeah. We got Tim Collins, we called him in, first lot building, to discuss. Which is Norfolk Starts where it's. The highway. High school.
Great, but I think I'm on that. Yeah.
So you guys speak on.
Break tires, something. There you go.
Changes.
Rob, you all right, Ian? Yeah, that's kind of latest. Oh, all right. I went down to South America, hiking a lot. We're fully paired, I guess, safe, and she's fine. I came back with a couple of them, so it's
More of a strength.
yeah, no injury or anything.
I've got prosthetic in the shoulders, I'm using all the left.
It doesn't take very much now.
Good night, everyone.
Night.
See you, Steve. Steve, I got a quick question for you. Steve, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
I'm painless.
Huh?
I'm painless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's right too, you had a replacement, right?
Yeah, I did both of them. Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't so bad.
No, I did a knee replacement. I had, I worked with, I'm an OT, okay, occupational therapist. And, I had, another occupational therapist work with me that did, 2 hips. 4
At the
weeks
same
apart.
time?
No, 4 weeks apart. And 8 weeks after the surgery, the second surgery, he was biking up in Vermont. He was a bike fanatic.
Yeah.
So he did, so he was.
Yeah, so he was
biking,
in-
yeah. We worked at, I worked at the VA in Boston, and he used to bike to Brighton, to the VA. Bike, middle of the day.
and all that
Yeah.
traffic,
Huh?
and all that traffic.
Yeah, I just didn't like sitting next to him in meetings after he did all that exercise.
Little fragrant was he?
And the other thing he did is, he did a hand remote for driving his car. But he didn't want to destroy his car, so he didn't mount it on the dashboard, so it was like a free play,
So it was just
you know.
rolling around or something?
Well, no, it was, like, it just, you have one of these, arms, that you can, manipulate stuff with.
So this was so that he didn't have to use his feet during
Yeah,
recovery?
right, yeah. And, which, it was disastrous. He shouldn't do it not having it
Yeah,
mounted.
I would
That's not
thi-
stable. That goes all over.
I would think it was a
But he
little
was a little-
disastrous to be driving anyhow during that recovery.
Yeah, well, when I had my right knee done. And, that was 6 years ago, whatever, but you weren't supposed to drive for a month.
Yeah,
But after 2 weeks,
Yeah, I
I felt
did that
comfortable enough. I
Yeah.
was driving around my neighborhood,
Yeah.
at night, or late day, so it wasn't like heavy
Yeah.
traffic. This, and mostly why they don't want you to drive is if you have to panic stop, you can rip things apart.
Yeah.
You can do
Yeah,
it.
so, I knew where I was. I wasn't
Yeah.
playing in traffic, really.
Yeah. Yeah, I unzipped my right knee. So I had to go back in and have it redone.
Done.
Yeah. But it was okay. I have a really fabulous nephew in
Mhm.
Cleveland who came and took care of me. Yeah, he's a sports trainer.
No,
He's a fabulous cook. He can do anything around the house,
Oh, wow.
plumbing, electricity, whatever. And he has ADD, so he can't stand to sit still.
no,
Oh,
And so he came for both my knees, and then I called him up and I said, I unzipped one of the knees. And he said, dream on. I said, yeah, but I did it just so I could get you back. And he said, yeah, right. So that was that. But I
Yeah.
think it's okay.
You were lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I originally
Yeah.
picked up my
Yes.
knee 40+ years ago, body surfing at Good Harbor Beach in storm waves. Cause I grew up, at Good Harbor, so the 10-foot waves, 12-foot waves. And it was high tide and it was over by the beach club. And I was catching a wave and it twisted me and it ripped up my knee.
Hmm.
And it just got worse over time.
Yeah.
At first, it was swollen and the swelling never went down the whole rest of the year. But I'd be on an airplane going down the aisle and you just twist a little bit to go
Yeah.
down an aisle. And the airplane, because it's not that wide, would click. That was the first thing. And then it got, over the years, it got worse and worse. And then it started locking up on me when I would like kneel down to garden work or something like that. I couldn't get up, it would lock up on me.
Yeah.
So I had it scoped, and that just made it totally unstable. So I had to get it done.
Yeah, I've had bad knees since I was 4.
Okay,
And I used to, if I had to be really careful, taking a step back, because I could really jam up something, and it's really a problem.
yeah,
But
I
anyhow,
got turned the machine on.
all fixed now.
Yeah. Amazing the way we are put together.
I know. How lucky are we to be living now?